Hey everybody, it's at Adam Kota and at Matthew Sukrib, and here's your video content for this week. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, hey, what gives? It's pay-per-view weekend, and you and Matt didn't do predictions like you normally do. Well, here's the thing. Jeff the Hand's probably going to have that covered over on the go-home spot.
I think so, yeah.
We're going to leave that to him. You don't want to hear the same thing twice. And secondly...
I don't have the same opinions as Jeff, but...
That's true. But so we're getting to that. So we decided that we would still talk about Ric Flair on this week's episode of the Wrasslun Show, which you can watch right now. And we would give our opinions on SummerSlam predictions in your video content. So here we are. Matt, this is one of the big four, which means it's another marathon of wrestling.
I think I'm ready.
12 matches advertised for the show as of this writing. So it's going to be a long one. Let's get right into it so we can get started on it. Let's start off with the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. The new Cruiserweight Champion, Akira Tozawa, part of the Titus Worldwide brand, giving Neville his rematch. What are your thoughts on this? Who do you think is going to win?
I think it should be more like the Titus Worldwide brand, as you mistakenly said.
I like that. They're growing on me.
They're growing. It's coming along. It's coming along slowly, but I mean, you don't really want to rush things. Look at the New Day, right? That was a very slow start to them, and they started. I don't know if they were trying to be faces or trying to be heels, but they got over. So anyway, the Cruiserweight Championship match, I think Neville takes it back here. I think the reason why they put it on Tozawa so that they could give Neville a big win at SummerSlam. So that's where I think they're going. Neville gets the championship back and goes on another long run.
Well, we're going to disagree right off the hop here. I think that Tozawa is going to retain the championship. He's red hot right now. Fans are still behind him. And I do think they want to push the Titus Worldwide brand as a credible stable. And I think they're going to do that by keeping the belt on him.
I think that's what they need. They need a lot more stables and tag teams on both Raw and SmackDown, but let's start right here.
Hey, speaking of tag teams, let's talk about the New Day defending their SmackDown Tag Team Championship against the Usos. We've seen this match a couple of times. What are you hoping from this match? Me, personally, I just hope they continue doing what they're doing. They've been putting on some great matches here. I don't see any reason for them to flip-flop the championship here, so I'm going to say that the New Day retains.
Yeah, I think the New Day retains as well. I think the Usos got a pretty nice run in their while holding the titles in their last little run there. So, but here's the thing: who's next? Who's next after the Usos and the New Day finish their rivalry? I don't know, but all I know is that it's SummerSlam. It's a big event. These four guys, well, really five guys, but these teams can put on a show.
Come on, hype bros.
Yeah.
How about the Women's Championship for the ladies in blue? Naomi defending against Natalya. I think I know where your heart wants to vote on this one. What does your brain say?
Well, you know what? I originally thought Natalya should have won at WrestleMania. I mean, it was the feel-good story for Naomi in her hometown, getting the championship back after suffering that knee injury. So that was the feel-good moment to almost close out the show. So that's why they went there. But I felt it should have been Natalya all along for her to be a strong champion and then Naomi to finally win her way back. So maybe we're going to do this on the flip side. Naomi has been a strong champion. Maybe we get that flip now and we see a little more competition from the other women on SmackDown, and it's not just the Naomi show. So I think if they really want to swerve the WWE Universe, they're going to put the Women's Championship on a good old Canadian girl, and Natalya walks out.
Does Carmella cash in?
No, because we just saw an awful cash in on SmackDown, and WWE's going, let's not do that again. Hopefully, like that was dumb.
Again, you and I are going to differentiate on this one. I think we're going to feel the glow again. I just think they're high on Naomi. She's been doing a great job. But I do agree about the cash-in. I don't think we're going to see it. They've been building towards it. Carmella keeps mentioning it. So WWE won't do it. They'll wait for it to be a big surprise. And hey, you mentioned somebody who cashed in and didn't succeed. It's Baron Corbin. He's taking on John Cena. Who is your... Now, honestly, here's the thing. I get it. It wasn't like a normal Money in the Bank cash-in, but I do think it was kind of smart. I like the way that they used it as a way to build heat for the program with him and Cena, although I will admit it did feel a little bit lazy. Some people out there believe that he may be being punished, and if that is the case, even though this probably wouldn't have affected my thoughts. I gotta go with John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Cena's walking away with the victory, in my opinion. Yours?
Yeah, sorry, Baron. I wasn't sold.
He doesn't watch this.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Sure.
I wasn't sold on him as Money in the Bank champion, and I guess WWE has kind of changed their mind now, and yeah, Cena walks out with a win. I mean,
you don't hinder the gender.
You
Just
know it.
saying.
You know it.
Just saying.
Yeah, Cena wins, and Corbin is going to have to retool and do some rethinking with his character.
Hey, while we're on the topic of Jinder Mahal, he's defending his championship against the artist Shinsuke Nakamura. Who do you think is leaving Brooklyn as the WWE champion?
This is tough. Just a month ago, we were going, what is WWE going to do with Shinsuke? Oh, he is in the WWE title match.
Yep.
I don't know if they're ready to take the belt off Jinder yet. I think Jinder wins with some outside interference because that's been the status quo for his championship run so far. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That is how heels should win, but I think Shinsuke gives him everything he's got. These two have very contrasting styles. So hopefully they can put on a show that is not typical of what you see in a WWE ring, and it works, and we get more of it.
To quote WWE, to paraphrase WWE Hall of Famer Ravishing Rick Rude, the shirt on my body is telling the tale of who will perish and who will prevail. You don't hinder the gender. Jinder Mahal's been on a hot streak. Don't think they're going to end it anytime soon. He's doing a great job as a heel champion. Going with Jinder Mahal. Let's move over to the red brand. Let's talk about Alexa Bliss defending the WWE Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. Originally it was supposed to be Bayley. This one got changed around a little bit. Personally, I like Sasha Banks very much. But do they want to end up switching this over? It's a tough one to call because of where I think my other picks are going to go on the list here. But I do think that I am going to go with Sasha Banks winning it.
Wow.
I just think they're with all the turmoil there's been, I just think they're going to put it on Sasha. I don't think she'll hold it long, but I do think that they're going to give her another feel-good moment, especially after the reaction she's been getting. I think they're going to give her another run with it.
Okay, I think it stays on Alexa Bliss, and then we get a falling out between Bliss and Nia Jax going forward, and one of them will flip-flop. I think Nia Jax will become the babyface because Alexa Bliss is one of the hottest heels in the business right now, and why change that? I mean, you can take the title off her and keep her as that hot heel in her chase to get the championship back, but I don't think they're going to do that yet. I think out of this, we're going to get that Bliss-Jax rivalry for the championship, so Alexa Bliss takes it home from SummerSlam.
Missed a couple of the boys in blue, so I'm going to go back there to SmackDown real quick.
Right.
AJ Styles and Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. Shane McMahon is the special guest referee. What are your thoughts, Matt?
AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens, part 12,000.
Yes.
At least they know how to wrestle.
Yes.
I'm going to say that. This should be cool. I want a Shane McMahon heel turn. I want Shane McMahon to knock out AJ Styles because of what AJ Styles did to him at WrestleMania. But, WWE Creative only wants you to remember what happened 3 weeks before, not 6 months before. I digress. I think we get Kevin Owens getting the title back thanks to Shane McMahon.
I agree. Moving on.
Really?
Yes. No, I agree. I think Shane McMahon is far more interesting as a heel, and I think it would do something to freshen things up. I don't want to see a match between Shane McMahon and AJ Styles again, but I think having that dynamic on SmackDown where it isn't on Raw, I think would be an interesting way to shake things up on TV. So I also want to see Kevin Owens retain the title with some shenanigans from his new buddy, Shane McMahon. Randy Orton against Rusev. As far as I know, first time kind of matchup for these two. I don't recall them ever crossing paths before. So I'm excited for this one. Personally, as much as I love Rusev, I don't see him walking away. I think this is a make good for Randy for being real good to Jinder and putting him over, making him a big star. And I think now he's going to get his win back here, at least at this point. If they continue to move this feud forward, which it has potential to do so, I think Randy will eventually get Rusev his big win. but it ain't going to be in Brooklyn. I'm going with Randy Orton, the Viper.
I agree with you. I think, WWE's Golden Boys for the last 10 years, John Cena and Randy Orton, get another notch on their belt at this pay-per-view. I think, and I mean, I don't want to say they're just bearing the talent, but Baron Corbin and Rusev are guys that at one time seemed to be very high in the company, and they've just kind of plateaued. And I think, unfortunately, they are going to stay on that level to the WWE's Golden Boys. So I think Randy Orton goes over Rusev in this matchup. I don't think it's the right choice, but that's WWE for you, man.
Speaking of guys that they're high on, let's talk about Big Cass, their new big heel on Raw, taking on the Big Show, Enzo Amore, in a shark cage. How disappointing is it that Enzo Amore has been relegated to a spot that Jim Cornette would have been in 20 years ago, Matt? Oh, and also, who's going to win the match, or do you care?
But Jim Cornette would have loved being in that spot where Enzo Amore is probably like, this makes no sense. Jeff DeHaan put it perfectly. The guy in the shark cage should be on the heels team, not the babyfaces team.
Yep.
Enzo, it really sucks for Enzo. I think this is why the Cruiserweight division should probably be moved over to SmackDown, and Enzo should be joining that Cruiserweight division. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. I don't care about this match. I think Big Cass and Big Show are going to be big bumbling around the ring. It's probably going to be a decent match for these two guys. It just, storyline wise, it doesn't matter. Big Cass wins.
Everything that he said, Big Cass wins. The Battle of the Demon versus the Eater of Worlds, Matt. You got to be real excited for this one. It's Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. And this is kind of a tough one to call because as much as I love both of these guys, how do you have this contest without one guy coming out feeling a little bit weaker than the other? Personally, I think if you still want to keep Balor strong, which I think they do because I still think they don't know what they want to do with him yet, I'm going to say Finn Balor. And
Bray has become that guy that, hey, we can hand him loss after loss after loss, and you're just going to keep coming back because you're stupid.
Eater of Worlds, more like Eater of Losses.
Sorry, losses. Bray. I think you're going to lose because I love you, but God, I hate what creative has done to you. Oh, man.
Well, let's move on.
It should be a good match, though. They should put on a good match.
Let's talk about 4 guys we know will put on a fantastic match and have been booked pretty well. Cesaro, the Bar. You want to put you on? This only works if both of us do it. Oh, there we go. All right, the Bar taking on the Shield. You were quick on that one. I wonder who you're picking.
I knew how to do that one. Yeah, let's get a Shield reunion here. I like Cesaro as tag champs. This is some of the best work they've done in their entire career. I know Sheamus was and is a former heavyweight and WWE champion, but man, has this story and tag team been so much fun to watch from their early beginnings of not even wanting to be a pair and that ridiculous 7-series match that ended up with them as a tag team. This has been awesome, but this would be really cool to see some back and forth now with them and the Shield. I would love to see Roman Reigns lose the Fatal 4-Way match and Ambrose and Rollins go, we've got space for you here.
I think because they have no clue what to do with Ambrose and Rollins.
That's, the other part of the problem.
They're going to put them in the tag belt situation and keep this feud going for a bit, and I will be very happy with that. And now, the main event of the evening, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Raw Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus... Wait, I think that's it, isn't it?
Braun Strowman, baby.
No, that's not how it's said. You do it.
Run!
I had to do one, so he had to do one. If you watched our video about booking Brock Lesnar, you know how I feel. I think Brock Lesnar is all swerve. All the talk about him leaving is a swerve. It's a misdirection. And I think Brock Lesnar is going to retain. I don't think they'll do the storyline I pitched where he takes the belt to UFC, but I think Brock retains. I think this is all smoke and mirrors to make us think that Brock's gonna lose, and he ends up winning. That's what I think.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yep.
This is so like
bait and switch.
But what if it isn't? What if they go, Braun, you're not the next big thing, you are the big thing, here's your title.
So that's your pick? Because I know you're a big Joe supporter.
I know, and you know what? For all the flack I've given creative throughout this video, great job with this story. This is so intriguing to watch. All 4 guys could win, and it would be the right decision.
Absolutely, that's the most intriguing thing about it.
Maybe it's time for Braun to carry it and run through the rest of the roster until they want to push that next guy, whoever that next guy is. Maybe it's Balor, maybe it's Rollins again. I don't know, but maybe this is Braun's. I mean, last summer it was the new era, and who were the champs? Dean Ambrose on SmackDown and Finn Balor on Raw. Neither champion is going to be under 200. Well, unless Shinsuke wins, but I mean, whoever wins either title is going to be considered a non-high flyer.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
No one's going to be doing a lot of flippy dippies.
So, new era, different direction, I guess.
And that's it. Our very lengthy video content for you today. Hope you made it all the way through that. If you did, thank you so much. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get more videos just like this one, and enjoy SummerSlam tonight. That's going to do it for this week's episode of your bonus content. I'm at Adam Conta. That's at Matthew Sukram. This has been the Wrasslun Show on YouTube, and you know what to do. Watch, share, subscribe, repeat.